Remember, we wanted balanced discussion. We don't want one person taking over the discussion, okay? Angela?
And if you're like afraid to like hand your partner what you have, you could start a group chat like Joe and I did, and we sent each other what our information is, and now we have both documents open.
Yes.
So while he's in the inside circle, we're still supporting each other.
They're technological.
The power of multitasking.
Okay, we ready? All right, Ashton decided that she was going to open up. And also, Mr. Bodemancourt, this is a verbal way of doing claim evidence reasoning. So Ashton and the students are trained that when they state their viewpoint, they state it as a claim statement, provide evidence, and then explain reasoning. So Ashton, go ahead and state your claim.
I think Bill Belichick.
What did you say? The first two words?
Oh.
No. I think.
We're trained not to use the words "I think" because it's an opinion.
We're gonna
Okay.
We're gonna
Start again.
My evidence states that Bill Belichick did not, and his team did not deflate the ball because on NFL it states that even in cold weather, the football can deflate by 2 pounds if it's cold enough.
Who said that? Who stated that?
It said an NFL reporter. Okay, do you have any information to back that up?
Well, I know that Belichick first heard about the deflated ball allegations on Monday. Joe, do you have any evidence?
Yeah. On one of the websites that I was on, it said that they think that the locker room attendant deflated all of the footballs right before the game.
Make sure you talk loud.
Sorry, we didn't get that.
So remember, Ashton's first opening statement was about the weather deflating the football. Have a conversation about whether that's possible or not. Bring in Bill Nye's evidence that we talked about the other day.
Did they ever test that theory? With who and how?
With car tires, because it seems in the winter, car tires seem to deflate.
Is a car tire the same thing as a football?
Well, it has almost the same amount.
Talk a little louder.
Has air pressure like a football, so proves that.
But a
things
tire is
deflate
heavy.
cold.
A tire is much larger than a football.
And much heavier. Because it's got metal components in it.
And did they test it multiple times?
Well, yeah, who has tested this before?
Mm.
My mom.
Well,
Well,
not a very good source now, is that?
They have to test with 12.5 to 13.5 air pressure football a lot of times to see if that is actually possible.
And if that is possible,
And where did you get that information from?
NFL.com.
NFL.com.
And like Ashton said, how the weather deflated the footballs. There was a press conference on ABC News that they posted, and Belichick said at the press conference that he was like saying how the Earth's atmosphere and the weather was deflating the footballs. And see, I don't have any video proof, but it was stated on the ESPN radio with Waddle and Sylvie. It was said that a man bought an actual NFL football, and he went home in the weather that they played the game, left it outside for 3 hours, and deflated the 2 pounds.
Now, when you said you referenced the Bill Belichick press conference, did he talk about any other factors that might play into the deflating of the balls with preparation or anything like that?
Yeah, Belichick also said how Tom Brady was like rubbing the balls to prepare them for the games. But see, that was completely something else because Bill Nye, the science guy, proved him wrong.
And how did he prove him wrong?
Because he took a balloon, like a football, and he rubbed it, and it didn't lose air.
It would need an inflation meter.
There would have to be a hole in it for air to come out.
So are you saying that the only way for air to come out is through a needle hole?
Could have a hole in it or something.
But see, I thought that was only for needles only.
Does the pressure, did you find that the pressure changes in the football or in car tires because there's a valve in it or because of the temperature change?
It's okay to say I haven't quite thought about that yet.
Like she said, but I'm going with the weather.
The NFL networks and ESPN and the rest of the game said that there was 11 out of 12 balls that were bad. So that could, and those were the ones that the Patriots were using. Because NFL rules say that it's a new rule that you have to use your own balls. Each team has to have 12, and there's only one of them.
That the Patriots balls were flat in the AFC Championship game, 11 out of 12. We learned that the refs checked them before the game. We learned that the backup balls at the proper PSI pressure were used in the second half. And we also learned that Tom Brady may be better with a full ball than a flat one because the point after attempts were better in the passing game in the second half. And like 5 things we haven't learned yet about Deflategate. We don't know why the NFL is disappointed, angry, distraught. Another thing is we don't know when Jerome Bettis became such good friends with O.J. Simpson. Because Jerome went to Notre Dame. The Jews, what?
Keep going.
The Jews went to USC, but apparently a kinship has cropped up between the two. Did anyone else see the bus on ESPN Wednesday doing the football squeeze test? What a lame effort that was. He practically squeezed the remaining air out of one ball that was supposed to be the deflated one. And then he gave the world's weakest baby squeeze to the other ball that was supposed to represent the properly inflated one. OJ.
Is that actual evidence or is that your
Yes.
opinion?
No,
on
this
baby
is like
squeeze?
this is all off a website.
Okay, what website is that? Sports Mockery?
No, no. Like I just searched Tom Brady, or I just searched Deflategate, and it takes me to his website. Can I search it and I'll tell you what website?
Well, are you suggesting in your opening statement that Tom Brady's passer rating was positively affected
By
due
the
to?
deflated ball.
According
due
to
an
my
increase-
evidence, that's what it does state. Yes.
So you had made the claim that Tom Brady's passing percentage and the points that the Patriots scored in the second half were greater than his passing percentage and points in the first half.
Yes,
first
because
half,
the
you-
first half they didn't have the backup balls, but in the second half they did.
So you're saying in the second half they had the properly inflated balls, and in the first half it was considered a violation of the rules.
Yeah.
So you're suggesting then, by making that claim, that if Tom Brady would have been able to be using properly inflated balls, the Patriots would have won by even more?
45-7.
Yes.
So you're saying that having a deflated football actually helped the Colts more than it helped the Patriots then?
I haven't gotten to that yet, but see, my evidence does say that Tom Brady did better with a more inflated ball,
Okay.
with the passing.
You have that.
I found, I searched some press conferences that they have had with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And on Sunday, January 20th, Bill Belichick said that in practice he makes the balls worse as they can be. An example, wet, sticky, cold, slippery. And if his players complain about that, he makes them even worse. So by them having a deflated ball, like Mr. Fortin said earlier, how they helped the Colts actually win if they were able to play with such bad footballs. Then how does a deflated ball really show their work and what they've been practicing?
It shows it because if there's wind, rain, or snow, it's easier to grip the football. so it would be easier to throw, easier to handle, and easier to hand off.
So you're saying that with rain, wind, or snow, it's easier to hold onto a football than in ideal conditions like 75 and
Yes,
sunny?
because
Why is that? Where did you get that
because-
evidence?
I got that from